Hey, what's up, guys? Glad you're joining us. Appreciate you hanging with us tonight. Eric is here with us. Everybody give Eric a hand. Glad you're here, Eric. Yeah. All right, so a few announcements I want to get to. First of all, make sure that you say hey to us in the chat. Let us know that you're here. And the second thing is this. If you want to win a pizza, you have an opportunity to do that. So type the word enter if you would like to be entered into our drawing to have a pizza delivered to your house. And then a couple other announcements. So one is tomorrow afternoon from 4 to 4:30 p.m., we're going to have a graduation celebration here at Regency. It'll be out in the front parking lot. And we'd love to encourage you to, if you can drive, come, or get your parents to drive you and come to our building at 4. We'd love to make a big deal about that and honk and celebrate our graduates. It's a little different this year, and so we're going to drive through and celebrate them. They'll have laundry baskets if your family decides to bring them a gift for a dorm shower. So that'll be tomorrow afternoon from 4 to 4:30. We've got 7 graduates, 5 guys, and 2 girls. And then the other thing is the summer's coming up soon, and been talking with the interns some, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to try some different things throughout the summer, and so I'm excited about the possibilities of what's to come with that. Eric, speaking of possibilities,
yes.
We're going to play a game, you and I together, and we would love for you to join us in this game by letting us know your answer in the chat. And so this game is called Possibilities, and the way it's going to work is I'm going to give you a scenario and 4 possibilities. We've got to pick, you and I will pick which possibility we're going to go with. We want you to pick as well, okay? Let's go ahead and get to the first one. Here's the first possibility, first scenario is you are the queen/king.
That's awkward.
It's time to pass a new law.
Yeah.
All right, what are you going to go with? A, eyebrows are illegal. B, if you make eye contact with someone, you must immediately give them a hug. That's risky. Right?
Yeah.
C, ketchup must be put on everything that you eat. Do you like ketchup?
Not that much.
And then D, at age 10, you must pick a color, and from then on, all your clothes are that color. What are you going to go with, Eric?
Well, not B, because, as you mentioned, too much risk.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
That word we can't mention right now so we don't get shut down. I would go with D, because I know many 10-year-olds who are ready to make decisions for the rest of their life and be totally content with their decisions.
Yeah.
So I would go with D.
I feel like the decision I would have made at 10 is actually the decision I've stuck with, and I just wear the same color clothes every single day of the life.
I wear blue almost every day.
Yeah. Make sure you answer in the chat. Daniel put D. Daniel, I think we're with you
Good call,
on
Daniel.
that. So let us know what you think about these scenarios. All right, let's go ahead and go to our next one. Here's our second scenario, second possibility. It is choose a superpower.
Ooh,
all right.
Okay.
A, you can be invisible, but you can't see anything. B, you can read minds, but it's all in French. C, you can fly, but only upside down. Or D, your fingertips shoot spaghetti. Now think about this, Eric.
Just the noodles?
I think just the noodles. I don't think there's any sauce
Okay.
involved. But it's a little time consuming to make noodles,
It really
right?
is.
So how quick?
Yeah.
You're having a dinner party,
Are
right?
the noodles totally done?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good
Or is
question.
it just shoot out like raw
and just immediately
noodles?
just breaking everywhere?
Or do you have to like
That's a good
shoot
point.
them onto the backsplash so that if they stick, that's how you know they're done?
That's a good.
Do you guys do that?
No,
You throw noodles
definitely not.
on the
Definitely
back of the backsplash. That's how you know they're done.
I had no idea.
That's what my wife told me one
Genius.
time when I asked her how to make noodles.
Genius.
Yeah.
There's just noodles right behind y'all's oven.
That's right. That's right.
So what are you going with? What are you picking?
I'm going with C. I'll fly upside down in order to fly.
Is that like
Still a cool trick.
floating almost, like in the water?
Or is your head down and
good
like
question.
feet up?
It's good. Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah,
that might be more
head
what it's
down,
like.
feet
Head
up.
down, feet up. That'd be awesome, actually.
But still, I mean, you can only fly in short spurts for blood rushing to your head.
So for me, I think the choice is, especially like when you find out you have this, if you're in like high school or something, it would be B, you can read minds, but it's all in French. You just learn how to speak French.
Yeah, that's
right?
a good point. Yeah.
Like, this is an ability that you could manage over time.
Duolingo, you can learn it really fast.
Let's see what some people put in the chat. Portal Matrix Christian put, A, if you wanted to hide, you just stand still and turn invisible. Although you can't see, just stay in the same place.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
That's a good
There's
point.
risk involved.
Daniel put D, your fingertips shoot spaghetti.
Dude likes spaghetti.
He likes spaghetti. He likes spaghetti.
Or he likes the letter D because he picked that last time.
All right, here we go. Dorian said, Andrew, you're smart. Thank you, Dorian. Thank you for saying that. That might be the first time that's been said. All right, here's the next one. It's time to update the dollar. What's on the front? Is it A, a raccoon with a cape? B, buffalo flexing its biceps. C, George Washington, but it's a cat. And D, a pickle with sunglasses. What do you think, Eric?
Okay, not going with C because I'm not a fan of cats.
Yeah.
All
You're,
right.
you're not kidding either, right?
Yeah, not kidding at all. And I also don't like pickles. So I'm
Okay.
definitely going with
You don't
B.
you don't like pickles?
No, don't like pickles
Oh
at
man,
all.
pickles are delicious.
Yeah, they're too
I like to
sour.
drink pickle juice.
No.
Me and my children, we all like to drink the pickle juice.
That would almost make me gag.
The worst is when we get a jar of pickles and all of the juice has been drank, and then it's just pickles sitting out in the jar with no juice. So what did you go with? I'm sorry.
I'm going with B because I think it would be awesome to see a buffalo flexing its biceps.
That would be amazing. I also would have to go with B,
Yeah.
a buffalo flexing its biceps.
Yeah.
So,
Or
excellent.
as you kids would say, a flex.
Any
right?
answers on this one? I see a few answers. Okay. C, George Washington, but that's a cat. B,
Somebody's a cat,
buffalo. We got another C. George Washington has a cat. Dorian says D, pickle with sunglasses. That'd be pretty.
Okay.
That pickle especially is a pretty cool
No, that is a cool pickle.
Andrew's a witch. I don't know what that means. How am I a witch? But that might be reference to the superhero question. All right, let's go to another one. Here we go. Got a couple more.
Feed.
All right, time for a new way to greet people. This was okay. So I put this question on Instagram.
Yeah, this is highly
and
controversial.
I put a fifth option.
Yeah.
The fifth option was get on the live stream and say hey. Nobody put that option. Nobody put that option. I had lots of D's. All right, but let's look at the question and the answers here. Do you A, take turns yelling hello into the other person's mouth? That's super weird.
That's
B,
basically kissing.
tickle
You
the
can't go
other
with that one.
person's chin and whisper bugaboo.
That could be fun.
Bugaboo. C, touch eyeballs together. D, smile and kick each other's shins.
Yeah.
What are you going with
Okay,
here?
I'm going with C because I think it would be. Is that like butterfly kisses?
No, these are eyeballs.
Yeah, I mean-
wet eyeballs.
Yeah, I think it would still be fun to try.
Man, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine.
Definitely not going with D. I think it would be more painful to get kicked in my shin than to touch my eyeball to another person's
Really?
eyeball. I mean,
Really?
people put contacts in all the time.
That's true.
So it's got to be like putting in contacts.
Other people's eyeball juices in
Yeah.
my eyeballs. I don't know about that. Surely that spreads some sort of
Yeah, you're going to
thing.
get sick
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
that.
I got you.
But I mean, so if you
I'll be honest.
yell into somebody's mouth, you're going to get sick.
If we were not in the middle of the situation we're in, I really like B,
Yeah.
tickling the other person's chin and whispering bugaboo.
Yeah.
Bugaboo. Like there's
Especially
something
if they
about
had
that.
a beard, a great beard.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible. Let's look at
Unless
some of the
it was
answers.
a lady with a beard.
We've got, Marina said the witch thing was in reference to drinking pickle juice. Okay.
Okay.
Got a D, kicking shins. Dorian says B. Got another D as well. So, okay, let's keep going. All right, got a couple more of these. Pick an alternate reality. All right, here's the alternate reality.
Okay.
A, you're stuck outside for months, avoiding a situation we find ourselves in. B, everything's underwater and we all have gills.
Ooh.
C, everyone is a talking kitchen appliance. D, everything that is water is mustard.
Okay, we're throwing D out.
D would be terrible.
Okay.
D would be terrible.
I don't mind mustard.
All of our clothes are yellow.
Not like
Yes.
that, okay? Not like that. Also, what would you drink? Like,
yeah.
could not do that.
Yeah.
Personally, going to go with B.
B would
I
be
think
pretty
it
fun.
would be
Yes.
awesome.
Yep.
There's an old movie called Under Waterworld. It's called
Waterworld, yeah.
I just said that really. Waterworld. Waterworld. Great movie. Probably not appropriate movie, but it was good at the time.
It was a big deal when it came
The
out.
TBS
Yeah.
version was really
Absolutely,
great.
absolutely.
And just would take me back to Waterworld.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's like the perfect alternate reality, right? I think that's a good answer. What do you guys think? Everybody C. Everybody C. Someone says not D. They do not like mustard.
No.
Multiple C. Someone's really
I'd be
excited
curious
about
to know
this.
which appliance would you guys pick?
Ooh, that's a
if
good
you want to be a
question.
talking appliance.
That's a good question. Washing machine.
And does the lid or door open every time you talk?
Oh.
Because that's going to get obnoxious.
Yeah.
Real fast.
I'm kind of starting to be swayed that direction, actually. All right, one or two more. Pick a conspiracy theory that's actually true.
Okay.
So these are conspiracy theories that may or may not be true. These are ones that could be actually true in this scenario. A, birds are actually CIA robot drones. There's some people in our youth group that feel very strongly that this is the case.
I could believe
B, North Dakota doesn't actually exist. That would not change my life at all. C, uni whales
Uni whales?
are really narwhals.
Narwhals.
Am I saying that right? Narwhals?
Narwhals. We
I
called
don't-
them narwhals, but I've never seen it spelled like narwhals.
D, Sasquatch aren't real.
That's a weird statement right there.
That's
I feel like
phrased
the
strangely.
English is not correct
Yes.
in that one.
What do
Is
you
it
guys
Sasquatch
think?
is?
Which conspiracy theory could be true, actually true?
I'm leaning towards A because I hate birds.
Yeah,
and we know the CIA is watching.
Well, and I
somehow.
think this is, some people would say that what's happening right now is a way of keeping everybody inside while they change the batteries on the bird drones. That's the theory.
Okay.
That's the conspiracy theory there. I've got
down.
an A,
Down.
multiple A's. Dorian, has given so many comments that say the letter A. Got a D in here. Taylor says Richard Nixon created the birds. Listen, Taylor knows what he's talking about.
Watergate.
He's not a crook. Mr. Eric hates everything. No, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
I don't hate you guys. I love you guys.
Absolutely.
I mean, I do despise birds. They are terrifying creatures. We can all admit that, right?
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
They fly at you. There was a bird in our carport earlier today. I refused to get out until it left.
Well, and that's why the theory is birds are not real. They're just robot drones. So,
definitely.
All right, last one, okay? Last one. Choose your fighter. A, 100 kindergartners armed with sporks. B, a kung fu hot dog. Now, I don't know what the size of this hot dog is. Is it like this size
normal
hot dog?
Maybe
or is
like
it a person-sized
it's
hot
like
dog?
a bratwurst. It's a little thicker.
That makes a difference.
Yeah.
C, a brontosaurus eating pizza. Okay. Veggie pizza, probably. Yeah. And D, a feral cyclops unipig.
I just want to see D, but I would personally go with A. Because
100 kindergartners,
just one kindergartner with a spork is probably deadly.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're going to tear up so much stuff. 100, rule the world.
Especially if you say, hey, if you do this, you're going to get ice cream, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like then you've won. The battle's over.
All
the battle is
morals are gone for kindergartners for ice cream.
100 kindergartners could easily defeat any of these other options.
Yeah.
Marina says obviously A. We've got another A. We got a B on here, Kung Fu hot dog. You just want to see a Kung Fu hot dog.
Tell all the kindergartners there's ice cream for each of them when it's over. Otherwise, they're going to turn on one another.
That's a good point.
After they've
Lord of the
eradicated
Flies.
the
It's like a Fortnite battle with 100
definitely so.
kindergartners. Okay, thank you for playing the Possibilities games. I enjoyed that. That was kind of fun. Thank you for answering this questions in the chat.
If you didn't agree with me, then you can...
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Okay.
Absolutely. But Mr. Eric still loves you. All right, right now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you a video clip. We're going to have part 3 of the Don't Laugh Challenge. So you're going to watch this, and when we come back, we'll have our class time together. So enjoy this video. Make sure you comment which video makes you laugh first.
Hello. How you doing?
Pretty good. I need 10 on pump 1, please.
Where'd you get that mask from?
Well, since we have to wear them and it makes it harder to breathe, this makes it a lot easier to breathe.
Cutting it? Yeah, I'll do that too. Thanks for the advice. Appreciate you.
Alexa, make me a sandwich.
Okay, you're a sandwich.
Hey.
So you bagged him. I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty. Hacking, stupid. What's happening? What's happening?
You ain't never had a friend like me.
So the pasta water is boiling, right?
Yeah. Why? No, it's not boiling. Why?
Out of all the girls that has ever lived on this planet Earth, and there's been billions, who's the cutest? Me. Okay.
Kutanagi Dimitri Gepti Sopa.
All right, hope that you laughed at least one of those videos on there. Hey, at least the good thing about doing graduation this way is if you do something embarrassing like failing on a flip, Dorian, or something.
Yeah.
You would never fail on that.
Don't flip.
Don't
Dorian.
flip, Dorian. Don't do it. I know it's already crossed your mind.
Yeah.
Dorian, are you going to flip? Let us know now so we can be prepared for it to happen. But anyways, let's get into our class discussion. If you've got a Bible, flip in your Bibles to Luke chapter 22. Luke chapter 22. We'll put it up on the screen as well. There's this movie that came out years ago, and a lot of people liked it, but it maybe didn't make a ton of money. It's a good movie, and it's called 500 Days of Summer. Now, it's a love story movie, but I'll go ahead and spoil it. The end of the movie doesn't end in a happy way. I don't know.
That's
Do you like movies like that end and it's not a happy ending?
No, you don't watch a chick flick to see her get her heart broken.
No, I know. You wanted to have a happy ending.
Yeah.
But some people like movies that feel a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, whatever.
And so this is a movie for those people.
Don't watch a movie if you want to feel realistic. Live life.
But it's called 500 Days of Summer, and the main character's name's Tom,
Okay.
and he loves this girl named Summer. And so they're together, they date for a while, right? But then they break up, and towards the end of the movie, he is going to go to this party with the anticipation of winning Summer back. And so it shows him going to this party, and the way that they show it in the movie is it does a split screen. And on one side of the screen, it says expectation, and on the other side of the screen, it shows reality.
Okay,
and so it
that's cool.
shows him going up the stairs of this party, shows him going to the door, greeting the girl, and in the expectation, like they greet and they kiss. In the reality, they don't do that. It's kind of a little side hug pat, right? And then they go inside, and he gives her a gift, and it's the same in both. But the expectation is she's so excited, and she loves it, and gives a big hug. But the reality is she's just, like, oh, thank you for this. And then different points at the party, and the expectation he expects for them to be talking all night, and for it to be about just the two of them. But the reality is he spends most of the time alone. And so he has this expectation that this is going to be amazing and incredible, and they'll end up together. But the reality is that they don't, and it ends poorly for him. And so what I like about that scene is you get this split screen between expectation versus reality. Oftentimes, we'll have an expectation for how something's going to go, and it's very different than the reality of how it goes. Maybe what we've been experiencing these past couple months, maybe your senior year, maybe what you expected for your sports season this semester, maybe you had a certain expectation, but it hasn't met with reality. And so, Eric, I'd like for us to talk about this a little bit. And you can answer this question in the chat as well. What is something that you expected to happen in the past couple of months? What's something that you expected to happen?
Okay, so we were planning, I teach a broadcast journalism class at Mobile Christian, and we were planning this big finale, our last news show of the school year, that our seniors were going to be there. And we were already working on it 2.5 months in advance because we knew it was going to be a really big deal. And we were so excited about it. It was still in the early stages of the planning, but we knew this was going to be really special. And I had in my mind what it would look like. And it probably wouldn't have turned out exactly like that, but I think it would have gone well, and it would have been a really good production. Something that our seniors would have really remembered, and maybe even set like a tradition for years to come.
Yeah.
That was the expectation of what was going to happen. But that's not reality.
Yeah.
Reality is school got canceled. Classes, are pretty minimal in elective courses. And, we resorted with having kids send in videos saying what they enjoyed about broadcast. But
didn't have the same
no, it didn't have
feel to that you were hoping.
They did great. It was good. And I haven't put those videos together yet. But it's not what we had expected.
Yeah. What's something that you expected to have happen these past couple of months, but reality has not been the same? I know for me, when I found out, hey, we're going to have to be in our homes a lot over the next however long it's going to be, in my mind, it's like, we're going to get the whole house clean, and I'm going to start working out and running and, doing all these things, that you hope to do or expect to do if you had the time, and then finding out the reality is, oh man, I'm not prioritizing that time. I'm not making it happen. So anything that you expected to happen, but the reality is not happening. Someone said confirmed. Eric watches chick flicks. I was the one that mentioned that. So I don't know if that's confirmed. I don't want to say that's true or not for Eric.
Great movie.
Marina said, I thought I'd get to see all my friends every day. Marina, I feel for you. You live a little bit further away than a lot of your friends, and so that is tough. Dorian said to break the school high jump record. I know that was an expectation for you, and I'm sorry you can't hold that over Devin's head. But let's look at our passage together in Luke chapter 22. So we're going to see in this passage a little bit of this expectation versus reality. And so I'm going to have Eric read for us Luke chapter 22, 39 through 46.
Okay, it says, Jesus went out, as usual, to the Mount of Olives, and his disciples followed him. On reaching the place, he said to them, "Pray that you will not fall into temptation." He withdrew about a stone's throw beyond them, knelt down and prayed, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." An angel from heaven appeared to him and strengthened him, and being in anguish, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was like drops of blood falling to the ground. When he rose from prayer and went back to the disciples, he found them asleep, exhausted from sorrow. "Why are you sleeping?" he asked them. "Get up and pray so that you will not fall into temptation."
Okay, so we see in this scene here, this is sort of the beginning of the end for Jesus and his time on earth. And Jesus and his disciples, they'd already eaten the Last Supper. He's about to be arrested. Jesus obviously felt a lot of anxiety about what was going to be coming his way as he's going to be separated from the Father on the cross because of humanity's sin. But here we get a scenario where you have three of Jesus' closest disciples were feeling the anticipation of what was to come. They're feeling it as well. They know something's coming. And we know that they're feeling it because of what it says in verse 45. It says, in some translations, and the one we're looking at specifically, it says in verse 45 that they were exhausted from sorrow. And I want to focus in on those three words for a second. This idea of being exhausted from sorrow. Sorrow is sadness. So they were so sad, maybe of what's to come, maybe because they can tell something's going on with Jesus. They're so filled with sorrow and sad, it is wearing them out. It's causing them to be so tired and exhausted from it. Are you experiencing exhaustion right now? Maybe from sorrow. Maybe what's going on in our world right now is wearing you out, and it's causing you to almost just be exhausted and tired. It's hard to function the way that you want to function because it's causing these feelings inside of you. For you, Eric, what aspects of this new normal that we find ourselves in, what aspects of them are kind of playing into a part of your weariness or being tired? How's this new normal wearing you out in some sense?
Okay, so I'm a person of routine. I love my routine. I want to get up at the same time every day. I want to go through the same morning routine. I eat the same thing for breakfast every day. I mean, like, I am very much a routine individual. And when my routine gets thrown off, like, it seriously raises my anxiety level.
Yeah.
And before school let out, my routine was set. Wake up at the same time, get ready for school, go to school, come to church, work, all the stuff that was going on. But now it's different. I'm not going to bed at the same time each night. My kids aren't going to bed at a time. You know, they're going to bed, but not as early as I want them to be. That puts me going to bed later. It means it's harder to get up at the time that I want to get up, which puts me a little bit behind each day that I need to be. Or I'm a little bit fatigued from not getting the amount of sleep that I want to get. And so that's something that's really worn me down over the last 2 months is just not having my set routine each day.
Absolutely. That's been a very difficult part of this. Marina put mood, right? Like, I think that idea of exhaustion from sorrow, like, that's a whole mood. That's a whole vibe that we're feeling right now of just, you know, we're worn out from what's happening. We're worn out from Zoom classes and online school and being at home all the time, or a lot more than we're used to. We're worn out and tired from our routines being messed up. And so what we expected this time to be like is not matching up with reality. What Jesus expected from his disciples is not matching up with reality. Here they are, letting them down. Jesus said in Matthew 11, verse 28 through 30, there's a part in there where he says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest for your souls." What expectation, Eric, is there for a Christian, specifically like a Christian teenager, at a time like this? How should we be expected to respond as Christians during this time?
I definitely think that our reactions are based in faith. That should be an expectation, that our reaction to everything that's going on should be based in faith, that we might experience anxiety, but that we quickly turn that over to God and we spend a lot more time in prayer, that our reactions are not based in fear of, even though we're all uncertain as to what the future will look like, if things go back to normal, what this new normal is going to be like, that we really spend time focusing on how can I just kind of ground my heart in God's presence, because I know that that's the one thing that will never change.
Yeah.
Regardless of my circumstances. We spent some time several weeks ago walking through Philippians in our Sunday sermon series, and that was such a perfect timed series because
Yeah,
of everything that was
absolutely.
going on. And in that letter, Paul just reminds those Christians in Philippi, man, just, above all, give your life to Christ. Regardless of what happens, live for Him. He gives you strength for every circumstance. You can be content in Him. When you're feeling anxious about something, with all prayer and supplication, just lay all your requests before God.
Yeah, bringing that to God. And that's what that's what Jesus is talking about there in Matthew 11. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. I will give you rest for your souls. And so as exhausted as we feel from what's going on, and I don't know about you, but I feel exhausted and fatigued with the situation that we find ourselves in. So let me give a couple practical things for Christians during this time. Just 2 things, okay? 1, be intentional about the use of your time. Maybe that looks like setting for yourself a bedtime. Okay? Don't find yourself just scrolling on your phone or your iPad, and then before you know it, you've watched 7 episodes on Netflix, and you FaceTime, and you haven't gotten anything done, and it's now 3:30 in the morning, right? Not that would ever happen, right?
Never.
But be intentional about the use of your time. If you're wanting to spend more time with God in prayer, if you're wanting to grow in your relationship with God through Bible study, if you're wanting to do something for somebody else, schedule that. Set a time that you are going to sit down and do that, and be intentional about that use of your time. And the second thing is this. Our world is going through a communal trauma. We're all going through this trauma together. It is exhausting. And so because of that, be gentle with yourself. Don't be so extremely hard on yourself. Man, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe here we are 2 months of all this time and I haven't been productive. I haven't done the things that I wish that I was doing. Here's the second thing. Don't expect to be perfect. Be intentional with your time, but also don't expect to be perfect. Jesus has been perfect for you on your behalf. The weight of the world does not rest on your shoulders. You are not expected to be perfect, but you are expected to be a follower of Jesus and to strive to live for Him each day. We're going to end with this. Psalm 127 verse 2 says, He grants sleep to those that He loves. God will give us rest. We just have to go to Him for Him. And so if you're feeling exhausted and worn out and tired and fatigued from what's happening in our situation, that is the perfect time to grow in your relationship with God. He will grant you the rest that you need. All right, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thanks for sticking with us if you stuck with us the whole time. So here, let me mention one thing. Next week, we are not going to do our traditional YouTube live stream. We're going to do something a little bit different. I don't know what platform we're going to use. We're going to do something online together, and it'll be a little bit different than a regular class time. And so I'll give you some more details on what that looks like, but be looking for a text message or something on Instagram about that soon. All right, we got to do one more thing, Eric.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a drawing. Thank you for entering our drawing. Who do we think's going to win? Who do we think's going to win here? All right, Eric's going to draw from us. I put your names. If you pressed enter, I put your names in this bucket. Let's see who is going to be victorious.
Dorian.
Dorian Curry, congratulations,
Way to go,
Dorian.
Dorian.
You got a pizza or... I know you don't love pizza. If you want something else, how about ice cream? Dorian loves ice cream. I'm just kidding. He can't eat ice cream. Dorian, tell me what you want, and we'll make it happen.
Pizza, no ice cream.
We'll make it happen. So text me, man, and we'll set something up. But thank you guys for joining us tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow, 4 p.m., please come or get your parents to drive you and come and celebrate our 7 graduates. It should be a good time. And then interns are coming soon. We're going to have a good summer together. Love you guys. We'll talk to y'all next time.
See you.
Bye.